Welcome to Common Fitting Adjustments for the Carpe Diem dress. This is part 2 of the dart manipulation video. I'm afraid I was a little lengthy in my pattern work discussion, so I have split it in two. And in this video, you will watch me take this little bit out of the armhole where it was gaping and move it into a new dart. So that is what the pattern work is that you will watch. It was part of this conversation about taking excess out of the neck or the sleeveless armhole above the side panel and moving it into the bust line. And so we will watch now as the little bit coming out here to shape up the armhole goes into the bust line. Now, the other thing that we pinned out on our garment was a little dart here that was going to allow us to close up a little gaping in the armhole as well, especially in the sleeveless armhole. In the sleeve, you need a little extra in there, and you're not going to worry about the gaping because it's all going to hang very nicely. But in the sleeveless, sometimes we want to add a little bit, and we had pulled out a tiny bit of darting right up here as we moved into the shoulder. And I am going to, a similar size, just not quite a quarter on each side. And we're going to create that dart as well. And then I'm going to show you actually how to move this darting into a new dart. This will be quite a convoluted piece, but that's okay. And now we're going to finish off that dart. So build the legs on the main artery of the dart. Okay. And what we're going to do, because if we did both of these adjustments, this would make this dart really large. So we're going to add actually a second dart as if you were in the CD front. So we're going to make a new balance line here, parallel to the one that we had. I'm just going to do that in pencil. Okay. And there we have it. And then we're going to move this dart into that line. So once again, we're going to take that dart and shift it all the way down here. That's a very shifty way to do it, but that is what we're going to do. All the way to here. And then we're going to cut open this line and close this dart and move it into this new line. And we are going to create a second dart. In the same way that if you were in the CD front, you have already that second dart in there. The double dart is very nice in this square armhole construction because the double dart allows these small darts to stay small, and that's what we want. Okay, so we've created this, and hopefully this time I can keep my hinge there, and I'm going to shift this way. Let's get this anchored down here. Make sure you can see everything. We're going to shift this closed up here in the armhole. Okay. And then we're going to tape it shut, just like we taped the one in the neck edge shut. We're going to connect this and tape it shut. And then we're going to allow that new dart to spread. You could have created a new dart with the neck dart, but when you do just one adjustment, it doesn't alter that dart too much. But when you do two, you need a little bit extra. So now we're going to take our brown paper and we're going to slide it in here. And we are going to tape down one side first, as we always do, so that we keep everything nice and flat. Working in the paper when you have to make adjustments like this is really helpful. Once you have your pattern adjusted, then you can, and we're going to make sure here we have everything smooth, I'm going to shift this around so we can all look at it together. Oops. And make sure we're smooth here everywhere. Put those little pattern weights down. And it all looks very smooth. It looks like a geometry problem, doesn't it? In some ways, that's what it is. And we're going to, we've already taped the one side down. Now we're going to tape the second side down. Okay. And so now we have a very small dart, additional dart here, that will allow that whole upper body to come together in the way that it needs to. We're going to draw that dart in, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to use the same dart point from the lower dart and just come straight up, perpendicular to the balance lines. And I'm going to put a new dart point there and create this adorable little pink dart right here that is going to give you the shaping you need so that that upper body is not too big everywhere that it needs to be. We have used, in fact, I got a little generous there. Let's make this a little smaller. At the 5/8 inch, it should cross exactly where the new paper is. So let's use this. And if you draw a line on your pattern that's not correct, I always take a pen or pencil or something and kind of mark through it so I know, don't use that one. Once you've tested this, you can redraw your pattern and make it fit you better. And once you can make a nice clean pattern, but sometimes I would actually leave some notes to myself, telling myself what I did. Now we have one little jog up here we need to fix. And I'm going to take this paper and slide it underneath here and tape it down. And we are going to fill that in. And once again, when you make the mock-up, you can test and see if you need that extra right there. But the shoulder needed to be the size it was. And so let's get this in here and give yourself just a little bit more line here. Find that scoop there that we need. And this blue pencil shows up nicely, so we'll use it. Create a new line for yourself here. So we have, and we'll screw this dart down here, and we'll trim it all up. And then we will have done our dart manipulation to take out excess in both the armhole and or the neck edge. So let's trim this off here. There's our notch. Bring this down here. Get that little bit of extra out right there. And here we have our pattern. Messy, but fitting properly. Once you have tested it, then you can make yourself a nice new clean pattern that is going to be the pattern that is going to fit you great, so that your neck is a little narrower and your sleeve is a little less gapey in the armhole. So these kinds of pattern works are very tricky, and good luck, and I hope that you are able to use this if you need to. Thanks for joining me for this part 2 video about moving gaping areas from the front into a bust dart. This is a classic dart manipulation technique, and if you can master it, you can use it in many places, but this is a good place to learn how to do it in the Carpe Diem on a gapy armhole. Remember always to keep your pattern work clean and flat. Use small pieces of tape. Have a great set of straight and curved rulers and some pattern paper and tape available so you can do your work in a clean and easy manner. Once the pattern is adjusted and you've tested it in a mock-up, then you can make a beautiful new pattern that's just yours. Good luck.